We all know the advantages of black or dark-colored clothes. Black clothes make us look more slim. Black clothes are chic. Black clothes make being a ninja easier to pull off. But dark clothes that have faded are pretty sad. With these 7 easy tips, you can learn how to wash dark clothes so they hold their color longer, look better, and last longer. Tip 1. Need washing. Each time you toss it in the washer or dry clean any piece of clothing, regardless of the color, there is a bit of damage to the fabric fibers. It doesn't matter how careful you are, your cleaner may be, a little wear and tear occurs. That wear and tear affects the color and integrity of the fabric. So before you toss something in the hamper, first ask yourself if those jeans really needs cleaning. Perhaps they can go back in the closet or drawer to be worn again. Take a look at some guidelines on how often to clean men's and women's clothes. You can save your clothes and your time by doing less laundry. Tip 2. Sort clothes. The first consideration when sorting clothes is to determine whether a garment should be washed at home or dry cleaned. If you don't know what to do, read the clothing care label. You may be able to use a home dry cleaning kit to fresh a dry clean only garment and save money. Home dry cleaning kits, which are easier on fabrics than a washing machine, can also be used on washable items like jeans or dark sweaters to freshen. After you've sorted out the dry clean only items, sort your washable clothes. Never wash light-colored clothing with dark items. It's also important to avoid combining dark fabrics with lint-producing clothes or linens. Lint from these fabrics will often adhere to dark items, making them look fuzzy and faded. Tip 3. Water temperature. Always use the coolest water temperature possible when washing dark clothing. Hot water will always fade dyes more quickly than cold water. Be sure that your washer is always set to use a cold water rinse cycle. There is never a need for hot or warm water to rinse clothes. 4. Choose the right detergent for dark colors. Always use the coolest water temperature possible when washing dark clothing. Hot water will always fade dyes more quickly than cold water. Be sure that your washer is always set to use a cold water rinse cycle. There is never a need for hot or warm water to rinse clothes. Tip 5. Washer cycle. Unless your dark clothing is heavily caked with dirt, select a gentle or permanent press cycle for dark colors. These cycles have shorter wash cycles with less agitation that can damage fibers and cause them to look fuzzy and faded. Also choose a slower final spin cycle to avoid breakage of fibers. This is a good place to mention that a front-load washer or a top-load washer without a center agitator is more gentle on clothing than a standard top-load washer. More gentle agitation means less fiber breakage that causes clothes to look worn and faded. Hand washing is always a good option for delicate dark items. 6. Load the washer correctly. Step 1. Always turn dark-colored garments inside out before washing. This will prevent fiber finishes from becoming damaged and showing frayed ends and attracting lint. Step 2. Be sure to load the washer correctly and never overload the capacity of your machine. 7. Avoid the sun. Even though line drying laundry is a money saver and good for the planet, drying dark clothes in direct sunlight can fade them. Use an indoor drying rack placed away from direct sunlight or an automatic dryer,